it's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.
Race 3 on the card set to go off at 1:45. It's a race to be run over the 1600-meter trip, and it's a maiden plate. For me, Warren, this does look to be a two-horse race, but before we dive into our selections in this race, we have an interview from Peter Muscat and Paul Lafferty and a rerun of Duke of Orange when he finished third last time out.
Then Bless Me Fred down the inside, Casero. Running Rifles though by 2 or 3. On the outside of that one, Mr. Maloney, Bold Premier, and then comes Duke of Orange. But Running Rifles is clear by 4 or 5 lengths. Running on from behind is Napoleon. Running Rifles though in front by 2 or 3, and Running Rifles will win it. Second will go to Napoleon, third place to Duke of Orange, and fourth to Triton.
Duke of Orange steps up to a mile on Sunday. He's actually been very green in his 2 runs to date, so we've equipped him with a set of blinkers just to try and focus him a bit better. The step up in trip will be in his favour. Hopefully he's more focused with the blinkers. He is drawn awkwardly at 9, but if he makes the regulation improvement with the increase in trip and the blinkers, he should be involved.
Right, Billy runs in the mile, which I think he's been waiting for. Last time out, he ran a fair race, but Warren had got off him and said to him, "You've got to get him up there into the race." He's doing well, this horse. He's not a big, robust horse, and he's still an entire, but I think he'll run a very good race. His work's been good going into the race, and he wants this trip and possibly further being by Futura.
Well, it's good to hear some positive feedback about Billy Bazooka and especially Duke of Orange now that he steps up in trip. I do fancy his chances. I think with the blinkers on, the step up in trip, it's really going to suit him. It was good improvement from Alpha Horn last time out when the blinkers were applied and he stepped up in trip. He made massive improvement on his previous form. And Warren, what do you make of his chances? Do you think he needs to repeat that effort to make you have a win bet, or is he definitely a horse that you're going to throw into the first leg of the pick 6?
Definitely going to throw him into the first leg of the pick 6, Raheel. Of that I have no doubt. In saying that, my firm first choice is number 9, Duke of Orange. I like him. I don't like him that much to be able to banker him. I've made him a place accumulator banker. I think he's the horse to beat. So I'll start with him. He's for Peter Muscat and the Nicholas family. Hallmark thoroughbreds. Blinkers go on. And chatting to Donovan Dillon on several occasions about Duke of Orange, and now we've heard what Peter Muscat has to say. He's got some ability, this horse, and he's running now for the 3rd time. He's been around this Hollywood Bets Gravel turn. He's been onto the turf track here. He now gets 1600 metres, so there's lots to like about him. It's easy to make a case for him, and I think he's the first choice, but a narrow one at that. I like Alphenhorn. Yes, I want to see him improve and confirm that last run, and I think he can. He's progressive. He's by Karari. He's out of a Sumerez mare. He comes from a good stable. He gets a good rider. So lots to like about Alphenhorn, but he was friendless in the market on that occasion. That does worry me a little, because obviously if they're showing improvement and they're showing good work, there's a bit of support for them in the betting market. But he ran 3rd. Yes, he's a big runner for me. I think he's going to run a huge race.
Yes, like you, I'm also in the camp of Duke of Orange. Peter Muscat mentioned that he was green in his first 2 starts and the blinkers do go on, so I think that could help him concentrate a lot better. He's been beaten by the 2 Justin Snaith horses in his first 2 starts, and they've both been the right horses in the race. So I think Duke of Orange, there doesn't look to be any sort of racing certainties in this race, and I think that Duke of Orange, he can get the job done at the 3rd time of asking. From the rest of the field, Triton is a horse that I think you must include into trifectas and quartets. Billy Bazooka, you heard from Paul Lafferty. I think he's a horse that needs to show a bit more improvement for me to feature. Mingshi from the Duncan House stable, nice improvement last time out, having his first run after gelding, and I definitely think that he can show a lot more improvement in this sort of field.
Yep, you're quite right. Well assessed there with number 11, Mingshi. Good effort last time. strip a much fitter horse this time, and he's going to be in the money. One can't help but get the feeling that 11 Mingxi can finish in the money. He is drawn a bit deep, but Carl Stradham's going to do duty for the stable. So Mingxi a definite for the quartet. And one other to touch on is number 6, State of USA. That's race 3, the maiden plate, the first leg of the pick 6. There is a first timer, one of the first timers, the only first timer in the race, Denver, who's flying the flag out of a Western Winter mare. There was money around for him last time when he was scratched, but Warren Kennedy rides from a good draw. He could be absolutely anything, so keep an eye on him too. But Raheel and I are in the camp of Duke of Orange as our narrow first choice. You happy with that? But obviously big respect for Alphenhorn and the others we mentioned.
Yes, absolutely, Warren. Duke of Orange for me, and hopefully he can get the job done at the third time of asking.
That's race 3. Race 4 is coming up next.
I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.